We know how this goes by now, ranking the best power forward from every NBA team. And we're looking at mainly the starters from each team and assuming that everyone's healthy. Now the links to the rankings for all the other positions are in the description, so make sure to check those out if you haven't already. And let's get into this one with number 30, the Spurs with Dante Cunningham. Next. 29, the Nets with Jared Dudley. Next again. 28, the Hornets with Marvin Williams. Williams is a decent stretch power forward, but his best days are behind him. 27, the Heat with James Johnson. Johnson was injured to start the season, and since he's recently come back, he's played terrible. At this point, they'd be better off letting Justice Winslow keep the starting power forward spot. 26, the 76ers with Wilson Chandler. Chandler's been a solid role player for his career, but this is one of the first times he's had to play power forward, and it's not working out the best for him so far. So hopefully he can become great, just like this great way that you can help this channel out and help it continue to grow. And it's extremely easy because all you have to do is check out the first link in the description for an app that's really worth mentioning, and that's Vikings War of Clans, who sponsored this video. Now Vikings is a strategy RPG game that isn't like all the others where you simply build up your army and defend your castle, because you can do that and so much more, like trade for better equipment, team up with other players to beat missions, fight enemies, build your own economy, and hundreds of other methods to build up your clan to make them the best in the world. But not only can you do all of that, what really puts Vikings over the top for myself is the fact that more than 20 million players worldwide are on the game. And that helps keep it fresh, gives you new fights and new teams to align with. So help support the channel by downloading Vikings for free, only from my links in the description box, to get the special bonus of 200 gold coins and a protective shield, which will help your team out a ton. And don't forget to look me up and join my Vikings clan under my nickname Austin7906. Now let's get back to the video with 25, the Blazers with Al-Farouq Aminu. Aminu's a decent power forward that can do a little bit of everything, but doesn't excel at any one thing. He is great for bringing energy to the court though, so I think he'd be a better fit in a role coming off the bench. 24, the Thunder with Jeremy Grant. Grant's having the best season of his young career so far, putting up 12 and 5 on 50% shooting. He's starting to make a good fit on this Thunder team, and if he can continue to develop, they'll be in good hands. 23, the Wizards with Markieff Morris. Now, the Wizards don't use a power forward in their starting lineup right now, with them playing Kelly Oubre and Otto Porter together, but Markieff was the starter to start the season, so we'll give him the spot. He's a player that you never know what you're going to get out of him, because some games he'll give you 15 or 20 a night, but others he won't give you much of anything. 22, the Rockets with PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker would not play power forward on pretty much any other team in the league, seeing that he's only 6'6", but the fact that he's a great 3-and-D player and is one of the Rockets' best defenders means that he fits in great on their starting lineup in their system. Number 21, the Jazz with Derrick Favors. Favors has been a solid role player for Utah for pretty much his entire career, and with him starting on the Jazz makes them one of the only teams in the league where neither one of their big men can shoot, which has led to him taking on a smaller role this year, only playing 23 minutes a game and putting up just 10 points and 7 rebounds. Number 20, the Timberwolves with Taj Gibson. It's been surprising to see that Gibson has continued to start even after Dario Saric got traded to the Wolves, so hopefully that changes this season. But as for now, Gibson's been doing a decent job at power forward, but nothing special. 19, the Hawks with John Collins. Collins has great size and athleticism for a power forward. He had a late start to the season because of injury, but so far this year he's shown some good improvement since last year, putting up 14, 6, and 3 on 58% shooting. Now he surprised a lot of people last season by shooting 34% from 3, but so far this year he's only averaging 15% from 3. So hopefully the man's just a little rusty and can shoot as good as he was last year. 18, the Celtics with Markieff Morris. It looks like Morris is going to be the Celtics power forward moving forward after Hayward's been moved to the bench, at least for now. But I'd expect him to keep experimenting with lineups until they find one that works. But as for now, Morris gets the spot. He's a great stretch forward and is the clear better Morris twin, but just like his brother, it's hard to tell when he's going to give you 20 a night or 5 a night. Number 17, Marvin Bagley III. The Kings are still trying to figure out where Bagley fits into their rotation. He hasn't consistently been given big minutes and hasn't started a game, but when Sacramento does play him, he proves just how good he is. On the season, he's averaging 13, 6, and 1 block in 24 minutes a game. But in the games that he plays more than 26 minutes, he's putting up 17, 10, and 2. So when they give him more minutes or even the starting spot, he'll probably belong a lot higher on the list, but as for now, this is where he ends up. 16. The Grizzlies with Jaren Jackson Jr. Memphis had a strong start to the season, and even though they've fallen off a little bit since then, Jackson's been a big part of what's made them better than everyone expected, because he's proven that he can give you 20 a game, hit threes, and block shots. Now once he gets a little more consistent at all of those things, which he will, he's gonna be a great player. 15. The Lakers with Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma secured his starting spot finally that he honestly should have had since the beginning of last year. Either way though, his minutes and stats have remained just about the same since last year, with him putting up 16 and 5 a game. But the man's still having his second straight year as being the best young guy in the Lakers over both of the former second overall picks. 14. The Suns with TJ Warren. Warren's an underrated guy and another guy that doesn't traditionally play power forward, but he's making it work this year. Even though Phoenix still sucks, the man's come out and played great. He's averaging 17 and 4 on 51% shooting and a career high 45% from 3 when he was only shooting 28% on his career before this season. Now if he can step up his defense a little and keep improving his weaknesses, he'll rank up a lot higher on the list in a couple of years. Or on the small forward list if he goes back to his original position. Number 13, the Mavs with Harrison Barnes. Last video we gave Doncic the Mavs spot as small forward, so we'll put Barnes here as the Mavs power forward. Now it's safe to say Barnes hasn't turned out to be as good as everyone predicted he would when he was on the Warriors, but he's still a great player and has averaged almost 19 a game since he's been on the Mavs. Plus he's still only 26, so he's got time. Number 12, the Pacers with Domantas Sabonis. I did say only starters, but I'm putting Sabonis in for the Pacers because he should definitely be starting. And to be honest, I have no idea why he's not. Thaddeus Young starting for Indiana right now, putting up 9 points and 5 rebounds a game on 48% shooting. And I mean, he's a slightly better defender, but Sabonis is putting up 15 and 10 on less minutes and is shooting 65%. And it's not like they're keeping Thaddeus to stretch the floor because he's only shooting 16% from 3. So their best bet is to keep Miles Turner as their starting center for defense and let Sabonis start and take care of the offensive side of things. Number 11, the Magic with Aaron Gordon. Gordon's game is coming along pretty nicely. He's increased his field goal and most importantly his 3-point percentages, which was his weakness pretty much every year. Now the man's still only 23, so he's got a lot of years to keep working on his game, and in that time if he can develop on defense, continue working on his 3-point shot, and the Magic can actually get a good point guard to get him more open looks, he's got the potential to be an all-star within the next couple of seasons. Number 10, Paul Millsap. Millsap's let Denver down ever since they gave him that big contract. He was an all-star for 4 straight years, but then gets the big contract and misses more than half of last year, and then comes out this year and doesn't play anything like he used to. Now even though he's shooting better percentages than he was in the past 8 years, that's about all he's doing better, which has caused him to move down to near career lows in minutes, putting him at only putting up 13 points a game on the season so far. Number 9, the Raptors with Pascal Ciacco. Now I'm sure that no one saw this coming from Siakam this season, and he's definitely one of the league's most improved players, thanks to being named a starter this year, and to Lowry's new passing mentality. Last season, Siakam put up 7 points and 4 rebounds a game on 50% shooting and 22% from 3. But so far this year, the man's putting up 15 and 6 on 63% shooting and 36% from 3. And on top of that, he's a great defender. Number 8, the Bulls with Lauri Markkanen. Markkanen's just returned from his injury from last year, so we're mainly basing his ranking off of his play last season. But the Bulls have changed a lot since he last played a game. Now he should come back just as good or even better, but it's gonna be interesting to see how he fits in with the new guys like Wendell Carter and Jabari Parker, and the new star of the team in Zach LaVine. Number 7, the Cavs with Kevin Love. This season we were gonna get to see if the old Timberwolves Kevin Love was gonna come back, but he got injured before that could happen. So since we're basing his ranking off his play from last year, this is where he ends up. Now hopefully he gets traded soon when he returns, but even if he doesn't, you can probably expect the Cavs to be just as bad. Number 6, the Pelicans with Nikola Mirotic. This has by far been Mirotic's best year of his career, and a big part of that is due to the fact that he's a perfect fit to go along with Anthony Davis. The man's putting up 19 and 10 and hasn't shown any signs of slowing down, and I don't think he's gonna as long as he has Davis to hold down the paint while he stretches the floor. And he ranks higher than Kevin Love because he's a slightly better athlete, and his play this season has been slightly better than Love's has in the past couple of years. Number 5, the Knicks with Kristaps Porzingis. Again, Kristaps is a guy that hasn't played since last year, and there's still no timetable for his return. When he does come back though, if he can stay healthy, he definitely belongs to be ranked this high. But let's hope that staying healthy isn't going to be a problem for him. Last season, he put up 22, 6, and 2.5 blocks a game on 40% from 3. Now, if he keeps progressing the way he has in his short career, he's got the potential to be a league MVP one day. Number 4, the Warriors with Draymond Green. Draymond's having one of the worst statistical seasons of his career, putting up 7, 7, and 7 on 22% from 3. But no matter what his stats are, he's always going to be thought of as a top power forward in the league. For the energy he brings on the court, and most importantly his top 2 or 3 defense in the NBA, Golden State would not be where they are without Draymond, and he doesn't need the stats to prove it. Number 3, the Clippers with Tobias Harris. This is easily Harris's best season of his career. The man's averaging 21 points a game and career highs in every aspect of his game, which is what's helped him lead the Clippers to one of the top seeds in the West 22 games into the year. He's 26 years old and just coming into his prime, and this year is showing that he's still got a lot more to prove. Now, whether himself and the Clippers keep this pace up is something we're going to have to wait and see. But as of right now, with how they've been playing, this is where he lands on the list. Number 2, the Pistons with Blake Griffin. Blake's cooled off a bit since putting up 28 a game to start the season, including that 50-point game. But he's still having one of the best seasons of his career, and it's looking like it's going to stay that way. He did have a few bad years the past couple of seasons, but he's finally back to what everyone's expected of him, and helping lead the Pistons to the playoffs. Number 1, the Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Alright, now I know most of us are used to Giannis being a small forward, but he's been playing power forward the last couple of seasons, and Chris Middleton's been playing small forward. So this is where I had to put Giannis. But the man keeps getting better every season, which is what's led Shaq to naming him the new Superman for putting up nearly 28 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.5 steals, and blocks a game on 57% shooting, but only 11% from 3. Come on now, 11%? With how good he's playing in every other aspect of his game though, we can't complain. Now I don't think Giannis is ever going to develop a 3-point shot, but if he ever does, he's going to without a doubt be the best player in the NBA, and easily one of the best players of all time. Now definitely leave your thoughts on these rankings. There weren't a couple of guys that you'd usually think of as power forwards, like Lamarcus Aldridge and Anthony Davis, but they're going to be in the centers rankings coming soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next video.